Hello there, it's Donna from Taffy Crafting, and I'm taking part in a blog hop today. And I don't normally do a video when I'm doing a blog hop, but this time I decided I would, because I really wanted you to see just how beautiful this paper is. This is Expressions in Ink, and this is just part of it. It is just absolutely stunning, and I'm going to make a card. It's quite a simple card because this paper is just too beautiful to cover it up with things, but I'm going to team it up with this beautiful glimmer paper. I'll show you where it is in the catalogue. It's tucked away down here on page 135. These are 6x6. Just trying to see how many there are. 8 sheets. I've got them here. So it's rose gold and gold. So there's the rose gold, just exquisite, just absolutely beautiful. So there's the rose gold, there's 4 of those, and then there's 4 of the gold. I've only got 3 of those because I've used one for this project. It really is lovely, and it's got a lovely smooth finish to it. Glimmer paper can sometimes feel a bit scratchy, but it's lovely and smooth. Smooth on here, and we're going to see in a minute just how well it performs on a card. So quite an exquisite card this one is going to be. And let me show you the paper. So this is Expressions in Ink. It's got lovely gold running through it. It's got the flowers. There's a stamp set that goes with it as well. I think there are some dies as well. I don't have the dies, but it is stunning. Probably my favourite paper of the whole annual catalogue. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I made a box today. I did a Facebook Live, and I also used the paper to put that box together. So this was a box put together just with 2 or 3 pieces of card. So I can't remember. Yeah, I don't think this has gone onto my YouTube channel yet. So if you're seeing this on the day it's published, I haven't actually uploaded this to YouTube yet. But here's this box made with that lovely paper. Filled it with sherbet lemons. So really, really pretty, and that lovely gold, what's that called? I think it's like art gallery, a fine art ribbon. Anyway, back to this card. So I've got a card base that measures, bit of card. I've got a card base there that measures 11.5 by 4 1/8, scored on the long side at 5 3/4 to give me a 10-fold card. And then I've got a piece of the gold glimmer paper. I think probably the rose gold would have looked just as nice on there as well. But I went for the gold. And that measures 4 inches by 5 5/8. And then on top of that, a piece of the DSP. There's also a really lovely, and I've run out of it, a really lovely dark green evening evergreen that's got gold running through it as well. So that would have worked equally well with this. And I love the gold and the pink against the black. So let's stick these down. Oh, I think I've picked up the wrong glue pot. Soon find out. Yeah, picked up the wrong one. Let's try that again. Right, I'll try and find the right glue. Oh, sorry, little technical hitch there. Glue didn't want to come out, which is always the way when I go to start a video. Plenty of glue on that, so it's quite a shiny surface. We'll see in a minute how well that sticks. Just want to make sure that I get that black border all the way around, which I do. I love gold and black. I love anything with black, actually. If this is the first time that you've come across me, you might want to come and subscribe. I do simple paper crafting tutorials, and I can't remember when this is going live. When is this going live? Middle of the week, beginning the 9th. So last week I made some cards that were mixing bright cardstock with black, and they were really popular. So I thought I'd get the black out again. So just enough shimmer behind it to pick up the gold in here as well. Right, next, with the bit of gold that I had left over from that 6x6 piece, I die cut this out with one of the dies from, not Intricate Leaves, wrong die set. Where is it? Over here. The scallop circles, scallop contour dies. Oh dear, this is what happens when you film late at night. So you've got these curvy bits, I've used those before in a video on the 1st of August. And then we've got these beautiful frames. And these go with the stamp set. Now, I used that one, which was the 2nd smallest. Let's put that back in there now because I don't need it. And I ran it through the die cutting machine. So I've got a mini cut and emboss. Really impressed with it. Just sits on the corner of my table. Doesn't get in the way. It'll be good for when I go to face-to-face craft events. So I was quite glad that I purchased that. So cut that out there in gold. I think in this light, because I've got very artificial light in here and I am filming late at night. That doesn't quite look gold, but it is gold. And then I've got a piece of a basic black cardstock. I'll tell you the measurement of this. It is 1 3/8 by 2 5/8. Don't think it was 2 3/4. It wasn't quite big enough for that. But I just measured it just so that it fitted in there nicely. I love the gold with the black. Let's see how this is going to stick onto that. Hopefully it'll be fine. Just pop that on there like that. And then this is 1/8 of an inch smaller. So this measures 1 1/4 by, well, that says 2 5/8. So this one must have been 2 3/4. I've got a blog post with all of the details. Now, what I want to do is stamp on this and then stick that on there. And then this is going to be stuck on the card using mini stamping dimensionals. And that's really, apart from a few bits of bling I'm going to put on there in a minute, that's all I want to do with that, because I think that's all that card needs because we have such beautiful paper. Now, the decision I have now is whether I stamp in black and then decorate it with some rhinestones, or stamp it. I was going to stamp it in gold and on here, but I didn't like that. So I'm going to stamp a sentiment on here. I'm going to choose one in a second and put some bling on it. But the polished pink on here is not quite right. Let me show you. So I've got the polished pink ink. I've got a block. And I've got Peaceful Moments. So if you've been watching me regularly, you know I use this a lot. But it's because I love the font on this. I think it's lovely. And I'm going to use the Happy Birthday. I'm trying to get a stash of happy birthday cards together to give to a friend of mine who runs a charity in the town where I live. And she sells things in her shop. So I'd rather that she had my cards and that she could sell them and make some money. Right. So with this polished pink, and I'm going to stamp it in black as well, and then I'll decide which way I want it to go. Well, this might work actually. I stamped something else earlier on today and it just looked really a bit insipid really. Just didn't look particularly, didn't stand out, but actually I like that. I'm not even going to stamp it in black. Not going to do it. I like that and I'm sticking with it, and it matches this. And this is a little bit higher than centre just because we've got the break in the pattern there. So I'm just going to glue that onto there, and then I'm going to put this onto the card with dimensionals. And I think what I'm going to do, the sentiment in the middle, I will stamp that in black. So bit of liquid glue on there. All of the products that I've used in today's in this project, it will be on my blog, and there'll be a link to that in the description box. So let's get my dimensionals, which are just here. If you head over to my blog, there is a list of all of the other participants in this blog hop, and I'm always blown away by the talents that people have with their crafting. Sometimes makes me feel quite insignificant, but I do like to stick to simple. And let's put that on there like that. Now, the embellishments that I have, I don't have any gold. I don't think we have any gold ones at the moment, but I do have the champagne ones, and we'll see how well they sit on here. It's where they might clash a bit, but I don't think they do. Now, you're seeing it in quite artificial light there. But actually, I think they sit quite nicely. I'm going with that. If you wanted to, you might want to attach some ribbon on there. You might want to run some ribbon along there. It's up to you where you decide if that is enough or that is too much. So I've got a piece of card here that measures, what does this measure? 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. Let's think then what that was. But I'm going to stamp on it first. Now this is the stamp set that coordinates with this designer series paper, and actually I'm just looking at the front of the annual catalogue, and that features this this paper, but that's the stamp set that goes with it. So I'm not going to put another happy birthday on there. I think I'm just going to put best wishes, and that's all I'm going to put on there. I don't think, oh, we've got some flowers there, so let's mix that up with some flowers under sentiment. So I've got some black ink. There's my best wishes sentiment. And I want to stamp that right in the middle. I love the font on that. I think that is so cute. And then we've got our flowers. And we'll get the polished pink out again. Now, I don't know how these are going to stamp, so I always like to have just a little practice first. Now, they're supposed to look like that washed out ink colour, so a second stamp isn't going to work. We'll use that first stamp. But it's not an image that's supposed to look crisp. It's supposed to be an inky look. So I'm going to put those 3 there and those 3 there, like that. Just keep that like that, doesn't need any more. Then get my card back. We're just going to put that in the middle. That just comes up at the top so quickly. Make sure it's the right way up, and there we are. I've not measured that, I've just eyeballed that. bone folder to disperse the glue, otherwise you can end up seeing that underneath that. So we just disperse that. And there we go, a really, really simple birthday card using some die cuts with the gold in the background, and then that coordinates with the gold within the paper, and then I've also coordinated the ink with the paper as well, and then a very simple sentiment in the middle. So I hope you like it. Please pop along to my blog and have a look to see what other people have made. But in the meantime, thank you very, very much for joining me. If you've liked this, please give it a thumbs up. Maybe come and subscribe if this is the type of thing that you like. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.